I just wanted to take a second and thank all of the parents for coming tonight. I know a lot of you traveled a long ways. Thank you guys for coming tonight. This is my favorite night of the year. I think it's my parents' favorite night of the year. I think it's all of our favorite nights of the year. But the reason why we're here right now is we are all the fourth years of Pi Cap. We will be graduating next year and we will not be here next year, so we usually do send-off speeches. Each of my pledge brothers and one of my non-pledge brothers will be giving a speech about what Pi Cap has meant to him and whatever else he wants to talk about. So, I'm going to start off with my good friend Mike Babineau over here. He'll be giving this for the first speech.
How's everyone doing out there today? Good? Good! That's a great response. I love to hear it. Pi Cap has been a very special part of my life for 4 years now. And it's really had a profound effect on it. With a couple of pledge brothers, we actually founded College Mentors for Kids, which is a program that helps kids in low-income communities. I know. But it's something that it says that fraternities, yeah, we like to have a good time, and we all do have a good time. But we do help out people, and we really try to be active parts of the community. I'm going to be going to Nashville next year to be a member of the 2015 core of TFA. And I really couldn't think of a better group of people than the people that are here on the stage with me. They have been my friends throughout this 4-year process, and it has really been a really remarkable occasion. I really can't speak higher about it. So these guys, give them a round of applause, honestly.
Everything Babineau said reiterates with me, and I'm sure everybody here. Pi Cap took me in when I was the first year. I was a debaucherous little kid, and they let that slide. That's not true. And I have a lot of great memories, made a lot of great friends here, and I'm excited for what everyone has coming up for them in the future, and I'm glad I know everybody here.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
So I'm kind of the outcast here, that I'm not part of this pledge class, but I pledged the second year. Yeah, I probably should. So I guess I'm kind of the oldest in my pledge class, which makes me the elder, the wise old man in the pledge class. I didn't prepare a single word of this, so please bear with me. I guess I'll just have to say that I wouldn't take back any of these years that I spent here in this fraternity. This was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. And, I talked to someone last week, actually, who is not in the fraternity, and he looked at me and he said, "So why would you pay to have friends?" And I couldn't even process that, because that's not what this is. This is an experience, and you make lifelong friends along the way. And I love each and every person that stepped in this fraternity. And I'm actually staying here one more year too for a master's, so I'm not leaving just yet. I wish 4 more years, but just 1 more. And thank you all for coming. This is amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, my name is Ben Walzer for the parents and kids that don't know me. Fortunately, I found Pi Cap before I was second year. But I have loved every minute of it. It's weird for me to be standing here because it feels like just yesterday I was a first year living in dorms. My roommate was one Teddy Soaks. I've lived with him for the past 4 years. Thank God I won't be living with him next year. No, I'm just kidding. I love him. I remember being a wheat pledge meeting Sam Rosiello, and I was like, shit, this guy is your typical New York asshole. But I have learned this kid has the biggest heart and maybe the biggest muscles in all in all, these past 4 years have just been amazing and memorable, and I am sad to see them go, but I have a bright future, partially because of the way some of my friends have shaped me to become who I am. Babino, your booty at FIFA.
Yes!
I love you guys.
Jimmy!
Hey everyone, my name is Jim Elnady, and I'm originally from Boston, Massachusetts. I say that I'm from Boston because when I came down here at UVA for the first time, I truly knew no one down here. I had no connections to the state of Virginia. I was the first kid ever from my high school to come down here, and at least the first days I was on grounds, the first days moving in, I really looked towards fraternity life as sort of my first step towards making a family here at UVA. And I say this because I was always interested in it just because my dad was in a fraternity when he was at Wesleyan. And so it was always something in mind. And I actually have a brief anecdote. During the first days moving in, I was actually driving around Rugby Road for the first time with my parents, looking at the different fraternity houses on Madville and around the area. And we drove by Pi Cap, this white house that didn't have any letters on it, and with kids in the front yard playing cornhole, sitting on the roof. And my dad made it a point to say, Jim, whatever you do, do not go in that house.
Reminded my house.
So needless to say, I heeded to his advice, because Pi Cap was the first house I actually ever stepped foot in. But that being said, Pi Cap is truly my first family here at UVA. I had the distinct honor of serving as the PCP for the guys you see before you here. And although it was a trying semester, to say the least, just knowing that I had these guys watching my back at all times is something that I take tremendous honor in having the pleasure to lead them. But I just want to say two quick things, two quick acknowledgments. Number one, thank you to my parents, William Elnady and Paul Elnady. For with me these 4 years, and for always being my moral, mental, physical support. But that being said, I want to give a round of applause for every parent that's here today, for always being there for your kids, always being there for my pledge brothers, my brothers in Pi Cap, and being there through thick and thin, through pledge semester, and through our 4 years here. So just a round of applause for them. And my final shout out is to the new pledges and the younger guys who are second years. Take advantage of every single moment you have the next 4 years, the next 3 years, because you're not going to get them back. And they fly, truly. They fly
so fast.
You know, the good times, the bad times, just appreciate what you're going through. Take it as a learning experience. Take it as something that you're having fun with, something that's part of the college experience. And just never look back, but always take advantage of that moment. Thank you.
Hey guys, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Justin McAuliffe. Like Jim, I am out of state, and being from the great state of Pennsylvania, I do virtually no one coming here. Luckily enough, I was able to meet Sam in orientation, and somehow that friendship carried through, even though putting up with Sam sometimes is quite a challenge. The first people I actually met moving into my dorm were Jim's parents, right in front of you right now, before I even met Jim himself. And somehow we also managed to live together all 4 years. So going into the whole fraternity thing, I had no desire whatsoever to pledge, but it became rather obvious very fast that that was what I was destined to do. It's hard for some people here maybe to imagine that first year I was quiet and shy and would not say boo, but at this point, Pi Cap has afforded me the opportunity to meet a bunch of people, be in situations like this, where I am in front of many people who I don't know, and able to learn the great trait of public speaking and being outgoing. And fortunate enough, I'm able to continue my career next year up in DC with Sam and a few of my other pledge brothers at Deloitte. So PICAP, it is what you make of it, but for those who take advantage, it is a truly wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
Hey everybody, I'm Teddy Stokes. That's my roommate for the past 4 years. I just want to say that my time in PICAP has completely changed the trajectory of my time at UVA. It's been the most important experience that I've ever had. It's decided my friend group, that's for sure. And like, there are some kids that I never thought I would be friends with, and now they're the best of my friends. And I just want to thank all my pledge brothers for putting up with my shit this whole time. Love you guys.
And there's a lot of it, Teddy. I cannot resonate with Jim more. I'm John Janusik, called Janu. If you guys don't know, everybody in our pledge class here, we all have some nicknames that we like to toss around. So anybody on the stage right now, just ask them what their nickname is, and I'm sure you'll get a funny story out of it. But I still remember sitting on the colonnade steps with these guys, looking around. I didn't know a single one of them. And now I know way too much about every single one of them. I wish I could forget some things, to be honest. But my time in PICAP has been great all 4 years. I've seen a lot. There's been a lot of changes. There's been a lot of things going on. But we've been just as strong as pledge class, a strong fraternity. You guys out there with your heads shaved right now, not talking to you, Babineau, but everybody else with their heads shaved right now, you know, pledges. I know you think that life sucks right now. I promise you I would trade anything to be in your shoes right now. It's, you know, I would trade anything to spend some more time with my pledge class here. I've lived with these guys for 2 years in the house, and then also in our satellite house, which we affectionately call the crypt. But R.I.P. I've living with these guys, I've become a second family. I mean, everything from spooky movie night to Christmas dinner. You know, I always got these guys here with me. So I just want to do a final cheers to my boys here. So let's hear it for the boys.
So my name's Sean Paul. Everybody calls me JPF. I didn't really prepare much of a speech. For you parents out there, I guess I'm the guy in all the stories you're probably not ever going to hear, which perhaps is a good thing. PICAP has meant a lot to me. Definitely been the best 4 years of my life. Definitely the best friends I've ever made in my life. I'm sure were it not for PICAP, I'd probably not have these sorts of friends. I doubt we would have hung out otherwise were it not for the fact that here we are. But PICAP definitely means a lot. I give a lot. I'm very envious of those pledges out there, the second years, even third years. Just you know, make the use of the time you have, because it does go by pretty quick. You know, eventually you have to get a job and be a real person, and apparently that's a thing. So I got to get on that soon enough, apparently. So definitely live it up while you can, and have fun with that.
So a lot of you might not actually know me. That would be because I have the distinction of being the only third year up here tonight. My parents aren't here because it's a long way to come from England for dinner, but unfortunate. And they also don't know my language, but okay. I'm graduating early, and yeah, Janusik and these guys, they couldn't have put it better. All of you pledges right now, like, I can't tell you how much I would give to be in your shoes again, to have the opportunity to go through all of this again. Made some of the best friends in my life in PICAP. I can't tell you what an opportunity it's been to be here with all of these people, to stand up on stage. Like, I'm very sorry I can't be here with my pledge brothers next year, but, you know, duty calls, like I said, gotta move on, become a real person, get a job and all that. Which kind of sucks, yeah. Yeah, without further ado, I'm just gonna hand off to Rosiella.
Alright, hey guys. Those were some very moving speeches. I'd like to make my 2 acknowledgments before I talk a little bit about my experience at PyCap. But first of all, I'd love to thank my parents for sending me here. Like Jim and Justin and a couple other guys, I came here not knowing a single person, and PyCap has been my family the last 4 years, so that's been great. But also, I'd like to give a round of applause to the pledges who are all bald right now. Not you, Phil Walzer, but all the other guys. But these guys just raised $9,500 for St. Paul's for childhood cancer research. So give those guys a round of applause. They've done a great job. But other than that, I came here not knowing a single person, as the abrasive New Yorkers, most of these guys have put it, but I was not really into the pledging thing. I decided to rush because some of my friends were, and honestly, the reason why I picked PyCap was, I'll never remember this occasion, was the 3rd week of school. I went to a tailgate at PyCap before a football game, and Chris Vieira came up to me and said, "Hey man, you want to come inside and get a drink?" And I think that was the first time I really felt welcome at UVA. And these guys have been great the last 4 years. I've been through a whole lot with them. I don't think I'd trade this for anything in the world. We've been here for 4 years, and I'd give anything to be in anyone else's shoes right now. But I'll be graduating in 6 weeks. These guys will be graduating in 6 weeks, and it's a pretty bittersweet thing. But thank you all for coming out tonight. I really appreciate it.
Good job, guys.
And without further ado, back to the music.